Borderlands, and within that post, they gave some great news. Their May 13th post is Dev Update Fine-Tuning Mayhem 2.0. They mentioned that they're going to be rolling out 2 phases of updates. The first phase is going to be stat scaling and gear, and that's going to be going live tomorrow, June 4th, with the Guardian Takedown event. Then the phase 2 is character balancing and build diversity, and they also mentioned performance and stability and quality of life changes. And under the quality of life changes section, they say we want to ensure players have a use for all the iridium they've collected throughout the galaxy. The veteran rewards machine will receive a shipment of mission-specific rewards that players can redeem once a mission ends, which is cool. But then it goes on to say, in addition, you'll have good reason to pull out the iridium fabricator, dust it off, and start shooting out weapons with your gun. We're considering ways to increase the rate of legendaries that the iridium fabricator can shoot out at the expense of more iridium for each trigger pull, which, yes, that's amazing news. That could be really exciting. I'm curious to see how much iridium it's actually going to cost and how they figure out the mechanics of switching between just spending 10 or spending the larger amount to hopefully get legendary. And as far as when this phase 2 is going to happen, and we might see this update to Gun, there was a recent live stream on the Borderlands show where they spoke to one of the devs, and he mentioned that phase 2 is going to be rolling out on June 25th alongside of DLC 3 called Bounty of Blood, a Fistful of Redemption. So hopefully we'll see something then, but it's going to be a very exciting month for Borderlands 3. We've got the Guardian Takedown starting tomorrow, and then, yeah, at the end of the month, we've got DLC 3. But I hope this helped you guys out, and we'll see you next video.
What?
Those are both short.
A lot of the clothes you normally take to the cleaners aren't dirty. They just need a quick refresh. Try Febreze Clothing Quick Dry Mist. It eliminates odors and refreshes lightly worn clothing.
How's it going, everybody? It's Warren. Welcome back to my channel, The Cosmic Wonder, where we talk about Marvel and everything relating to the MCU. And today we have a ton of Marvel news, specifically concerning Phase 4, both shows and movies. It looks like movie theaters are beginning to open back up, so for those of you who have been waiting to go to the movie theater, I have some good news for you in this video. It looks like Disney and Marvel Studios has given the green light for production on all of the shows that have been postponed, so that's excellent news as well. And then we have a lot lot of news about Phase 4, including Hawkeye, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the Loki series, and Black Widow as well. So I'll go over it all and I'll break down everything that you need to know in this video. If you're new, be sure to subscribe so you can stay up to date on all things relating to the MCU, and so you can enter my weekly giveaway for a chance to win a Hulk Funko Pop from Avengers Endgame. All you have to do is subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment down below. So to start it off real quick, let's talk about theaters opening back up. It's been reported by Discussing Film that a National Association of Theater Owner Representatives has confirmed they expect 90% of the global theatrical market to be open by July 17th. This will be right in time for Christopher Nolan's Tenet that is coming out. Now, for those of you who are waiting to go get inside of a theater, again, this is really good news. However, of course, there will most likely be some social distancing guidelines that come with the theaters reopening. And although Tenet still has its original release date, it's widely expected that not many new movies are going to come out in July or August. But this is good news because Black Widow is supposed to come out in November, and if movie theaters start opening up in July, that means that movie theaters will be open for 4 months before Black Widow comes out in November, meaning that the release date probably isn't moving, and the Black Widow November release date is very, very solid. So it looks like we're really not going to have to deal with any release dates moving back any longer. And this is also backed up by the fact that Marvel Studios and Disney are opening back up again. In fact, they're giving the green light and beginning production again on all of the shows and movies that they were currently working on before they had to shut down due to the pandemic. They've begun to work on Avatar again in New Zealand, and it looks like The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, and the Loki series are going to begin production again in July. Now again, this is really good news because Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision were supposed to come out this year, and they most likely are still going to. Falcon and the Winter Soldier only has about 3 weeks left of filming, and WandaVision is in post-production already. Now there is some news of reshoots and more filming that I'll talk about in just a bit, but starting production again in July is plenty of time for both of these series to finish everything that they need for a 2020 release date on Disney+. And this all seems to be in full motion as on Tuesday, the Los Angeles County Task Force presented guidelines for immediate reopening of film and TV production and theme parks. So everything in Hollywood, specifically at Marvel Studios and Disney, seems to be getting back to almost completely normal again. Obviously, there are guidelines that they'll have to follow to be safe, but it looks like these shows and our movies are going to be coming out right now when they're stated to come out. Black Widow in November of 2020, and then Falcon and the Winter Soldier and WandaVision this year as well. So let's start off with some news about the WandaVision series. Although we've heard that filming has been completed for the first season of the WandaVision series, it looks like they're going to start refilming again in July. This could be to complete scenes that they may not have shot before, or it could be for reshoots. But we do know that it is confirmed that this is what they're doing. Paul Bettany, who of course plays Vision, was planning on attending Tampa Bay Comic-Con, but unfortunately he will not be attending anymore. He had to cancel, and according to his representative, it's because he had to go back and do some more filming for WandaVision in July. Now, we pretty much thought that filming had already been completed for the WandaVision series, but the interesting part is that they're going to resume filming in LA and not Atlanta where they begin filming. Now, they've been in post-production for a while now, so this most likely means they just need to reshoot a few scenes to get right. And again, this is really good news because it means that it's not getting pushed back. Right now, it does seem like we're getting it this year. Now, before we dive into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki, and Black Widow news, we have some Hawkeye and Young Avengers news. We haven't really had too much happening in the Hawkeye world, but today we have a production grid for it, including when it's supposedly going to begin filming. It says that the shoot date for the Hawkeye series is going to
What's up, Riley?
Thanks for sharing your DIY haircuts, your savage moves, and your adorable pets. Now it's our turn to share with the Geico Give Back, the 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies lasting your full policy term. So, thanks again.
And today's media was not. It is very relevant in America today.
Had overtold pictures of pleasant times with him on top, living yellow sun. Oh, dreams of thee, the dead lady, it moves up the room. Yay, the imperfection. Oh, to the fact that Bobby didn't care, take care of me. When oh, through his room, Bobby's broken glass. Jeremy's broken glass. Clearly I remember the head of the boy, seen the harmless little one. Oh, but we unleash the lion, gnashed his teeth and bitterly the lady's breast. How could I forget? He hit me with surprise laugh. Imagine all that hurt me. Ooh, death on a glance, just like the day. Oh, like the day I heard. Daddy didn't give perfection, no. And the boy was something that Bobby put in where keep care of me. Where oh, through his room, Jeremy's broken glass. Jeremy's broken glass. Huh. Come on, let's go smoke some pot.
Even through all of my suffering, you're there to comfort me. You're more than a wonderful dream. Prince of Peace, brings a weapon with a beat brings. He forgives us for the things sin unseen. Even though we're young, we still live a good dream. We dream when we pray the suffering. Satan is mad that we escape from his skin. Everywhere we go, we leave faith and we sing.
Name that name, big stars, I'm straight from the west. Southside devil, I'ma say in my chest. Wearing all red, but I ain't paying no cent. I ain't say I wasn't thugging. On heaven, I'm a rap. On my fight all the time, new day, another test. Devil keep me up, he don't give a youngin' rest. I be all in my mind, make a youngin' feel depressed. But I wake up every day, I ain't say I wasn't blessed. Still question my life, but I know I have a purpose. 17 years and I'm still finding who I was. 17 years that I believed that I was worthless. Hearts on ice, but I still smile on my face. That's a stab in my back, and you ask me why I'm hurting. Be sorry for what you did, you just saw that I deserved it. Lord gave me signs, wishing I would've just heard it. A lot wanna know me, I just feel they don't deserve it.
Even through all of my suffering, you're there to comfort me. You're more than a wonderful dream. Prince of Peace, bring a weapon with a beat brings. He forgives us for the things sin unseen. Even though we're young, we still live a good dream. We dream when we pray the suffering. Satan is mad that we escape from his skin. Everywhere we go, we leave faith and we sing.
Little shorty in the booth, I'm really making moves. I ain't lying on the truth. Going through a lot, but I'm still out here fool. Cause I'm still blessed, and that's what soldiers do. God gives what you can handle. If you can't take it, then you is just a scandal. My Lord, He's my example. Only person I follow is God that I stand for. Yes, I am living the dream. Even though life is hard, I'm still on my feet. I can't quit now, cause I have a destiny. Jesus by my side, he with me like a G. Yeah, be some days ago, banging our king. And yes, I have demons, but I won't stop fighting. The Lord knows I sin, but he won't leave my team. He's there through it all, and still providing.
Even through all of my suffering, Jesus, you comfort me.
You comfort me, Jesus.
You are wonderful things. All I need,
You're all I need. Connected. Thank you, Jesus.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Yeah, you gotta do this too. Get your treats. Yeah.